Hello, gentlemen and ladies of YouTube and the TSC.com. It's good to be back with you. I know I missed last week's video, but it was such a whirlwind. I'll more about that in a little bit. But today's stuff from my shave video, we're going to be doing. I was browsing the forums this morning, and Dave in Kentucky was talking about using a shave stick. He used Arco. I have some of that, but I haven't opened it yet. I'm a little hesitant to. I don't use shave sticks very often, but hey, he gave me a excuse to use one today. I'm going to be using one that's already open, La Toja. I don't think I've ever actually done a shave stick on video before, so you'll get to see that today. Of course, Razor Rock Big Bruce. Wouldn't be much of a shave without my favorite synthetic. And then we've got the Gillette New Long Comb. A pretty well used Astra SP blade in there, I think. And of course, they got the generic witch hazel, Thayer's Medicated, part of the usual post-shave routine. And I'm finishing up, since I just had my wife to impress today, Pinaud Special Reserve. Look at that nice label right there. Anyway, she likes it. I'm still on the fence about it. I've been on the fence since I got it, which is over 6 months, probably closer to a year. It's okay. It is definitely strong. A little bit goes a long way. It actually pairs pretty well with Sterling's Glastonbury, more of an Old Spice kind of smell. That's their Glastonbury EDT. Yes. Anyway, we had the La Toja sitting there. I've got the top water. Let me try that again. I've had the top sitting in a little bit of water just to kind of help soften it up a bit. Shave sticks are great for traveling or regular home use. The idea is they're a little bit more compact mostly. As you can see, this is only 2 ounces, I think. Yeah, about 2 ounces of soap, 50 grams. I think that's the way it works. Darn imperial systems. But you get your face wet, your normal pre-shave prep, whatever it might be, leave your face wet. It helps to get the soap wet, like I did. And then you just kind of smush it all over your face. Get a good buildup of soap going on, because it's really hard once you get started making lather to go back and get more without starting all over again. That looks pretty good. You can kind of see a nice paste on my skin. It's a little bit like sticky glue-like starting off, but then we get our brush. I do prefer tubs, but these actually, like I said, work great really for travel because they are so compact and you do get a good size of soap. All right, so lightly damp brush here. Get to work. The Toja is actually a very nicely scented soap. It is a mineral soap. They claimed it's got some special salts or something from a specific area, I think of the Mediterranean or Spain, something like that. I mean, La Toja obviously is a Spanish name, I think. It is, in terms of structure and feel, it is not like an artisan soap, but is more along the lines of a drugstore classic. You can see the lather I'm whipping up here. Pretty good for what I rubbed on. Definitely need some more water. The scent is very nice and fresh. You get a little bit of a aquatic, it's hard to describe it other than as mineral-y kind of smell. Not quite earthy, but maybe like if you smell the salt lick, something like that. It's not drying to the face. It's in the lines of a barbershop scent, I'd say. Really nice weather coming out today. Thank goodness. I never know how these things are gonna go when you do a video. Still kind of thick. Put just a little bit more on. I'm already at 5 minutes. Just building lather. It's worth it though. I haven't used this one for a while. Probably almost a year. And the soap is, gosh, like at least 3 or 4 years old. Something like that. Anyway, all right. Gillette New Long Comb. So, what was I saying? Yes, busy life last week. We left our home Thursday night last week. Not this last week, but the week before last week. So 2 Thursdays ago. And spent the night in San Francisco because we had to catch a very, very early 6 o'clock flight out of the San Francisco International Airport to Dallas and then on to Jackson, Mississippi. If you've been keeping up at all with my previous videos or my shave journal, you know that I am there to, I was there to do a second interview, an in-person interview. My wife and I went with a church there in Mississippi, on the southern end, called Laurel. Very small town, about 18,000 people. You can see some of what they're about, the town at least, on this HGTV show called Hometown. It's kind of like one of those revamp, remodel kind of home shows. They take an old house and fix it up a little bit. It's kind of helped revitalize the town, put it back on the map. Anyway, what I'm doing there is I am interviewing for a position for youth and young families. It is not a minister position. They call it a director of youth and young families, but it's essentially a unofficial pastoral role. So we're pretty excited about that. Their elder board, after having about a week to discuss how things went, and Kristen and I, my wife, have had a chance to kind of digest and cogitate and ruminate on the things that happened with their elder board in the Presbyterian Church. Was called the session. It meets tonight, and I hopefully should hear tomorrow morning if there's going to be a next step, what they thought about our visit, and if it's going to be a no or a yes or whatever the next step might be. So, kind of excited. Final countdown here to, it's been a whirlwind process. I've only been in contact with them for a few weeks, probably a couple weeks, and then they asked us to fly out. We did that. And then, since then, I passed them some of my teaching materials. Haven't heard anything back. Hopefully I'm not teaching heresy or anything. But I'm excited to hear back. And I will definitely let everybody else know on theshavingcadre.com how that turns out. But it'll be in my shaving journal. Probably not in a video. So there's that. It's a really great visit. Nice small town. Great southern food. Our hosts were perfect. And visiting the church was nice. It was just a really nice visit. Great. Really felt like we felt in, or really felt like we fit in for just having met over 4 days a bunch of, in all reality, strangers. Kind of a strange process for me. That's the first time I've done something like that. Been flown out to meet folks for a job interview, but it was a really neat process, fun process. They made it fun. And getting to see what they're about. That's my dog having a cow out there. All right. Oh, hey, we're at 11 minutes. So, but right after we got back, I didn't do my video because we just got right back in the swing of work and school for the kids. The kids didn't come with us. They stayed with their grandparents. And so, it was just an exhausting week. Still kind of feeling it. Today was the first day I actually got to kind of sleep in a little bit. Like what I'd consider sleep in, wake without an alarm clock. Going there and adjusting to the 2 hour ahead time difference wasn't bad. But coming back, yeah, that's why I'm not feeling so energetic. Still feel that difference. And for goodness sakes, I woke up without an alarm clock and was still like, wasn't even 9 o'clock yet. But at least I felt rested. And this week is going to be a killer of a week. Couple late nights I have to put in at work. There's a speaking conference meeting in our church campus here. And then an orchestral performance. It's going to be happening a huge chunk of Saturday. 2 late nights. Probably not going to get out till close to midnight, cleaning after everything. Oh well, to quote that famous firefighter paramedic on the TSC, Ben, it is what it is. And then, I did everything I could yesterday to finish up chores and all that kind of stuff, yard work, because today I started a little bit last night, but I gotta get a jump start on the teaching for Thursday. We're starting the book of Micah. And my Thursday morning senior Sunday school class. I teach about every third Thursday with one of the assistant pastors. So that'll be interesting. It's a lot of work for me. I've got a little bit of a science to it, and I know about approximately how much I have to write. I write out everything I'm going to say. I'm a manuscript person. But this particular book is a bit of a challenge because it's one of those kind of doom and gloom kind of books. It has some hope in it, some positive messages, as just about every book in scripture does for me. But on the surface, it looks like a lot of gloom and doom. Don't want to push it too much. Like I said, just spending the day at home. Gonna lounge a little bit. Gonna have a pastry and some coffee here in a bit. Leftover Sunday pastries. A benefit of having the wife who's the head of the coffee bar. With the church, we get these free French pastries, whatever's left over. Whenever the volunteers don't take everything home, we get some. Got a nice lather soak going on here. Ah, yeah, it just smells good. If you ever try La Toja, you know what I mean by that kind of minerally, almost sea salt kind of smell. It's very unique. Yeah, it's just a really good fresh smell. And La Toja is, you can get it in a stick form. I think it also comes in a tub or like a cream. It's worth a try if you're into the drugstore classics. Alright, looking good. Let's get this cleaned up. You're getting the whole routine today. Just let that soak in a minute. I know it's like not the best of soaps, but for some reason it helps things feel better, more moisturized. Cold water rinse. The shave up to this point has been warm and hot water. Toja happens to rinse off fairly cleanly. Has a little bit of slickness left, but feels good. A little bit of rawness here and here. It's all right. Here we go. Plain old generic witch hazel. Nice healthy squirt of that. Here we are. I'm gonna pass the 20-minute mark. Not sure how that happened. I was doing good. That last pass and cleanup, go a little bit slower than normal. Got some Thayer's Medicated here. About 5 drops of that in the hand. Very nice. And then let that sit for just a second. Slap myself in the face. Here we go. Pinaud Special Reserve. Notice there's no restrictor on there. This is just like an old Joe's hot sauce bottle or something like that. Put your thumb over it and just drip it out. That's probably a lot. That's all right. Leather, tobacco, lots of alcohol. Pinaud's got strong burn, man, but it's good. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video and the update. Definitely tune in tomorrow if you're interested to my shave journal, and I will update you on whether or not I get a call. I should. I talked with the head pastor, well, the pastor. There's only one. I'm used to saying head pastor because I'm in a bigger church now, but smaller church, one pastor. Talked to the pastor this last week, and he said he'd try to let me know on Tuesday the results of their meeting tonight. And thank you everyone on the TSC for your thoughts and prayers. Definitely appreciated. This is whatever happens, it's been a fun, enjoyable experience and quite encouraging. And we're excited to see what might be next, if anything. And so keep up with us there, www.theshavingcadre.com. You all have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye.